Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Midnight News. Remember, it is always midnight somewhere. Before the show, I was asked by my producers to promote an upcoming podcast and or live stream featuring Wild Smile and Davey Crocco. This show can be found in the link below in the description and will cover most current events, amusing internet spats, and conspiracy analysis. Be sure to drop by and let them know what you think. Yesterday evening, the entire world was shocked into silence as a NASCAR driver saw what he believes to be a rope in his garage. What makes the situation shocking is that the driver is none other than NASCAR's own token black driver. Bubba Wallace has taken to social media to incite a lynch mob to go after whoever left that rope inside of his garage. A spokesperson from NASCAR had this to say.
"We're here at NASCAR love black people. We're committed to promoting love and diversity and will stop at nothing to make the person pay who left that rope in his garage. This isn't the 1950s anymore. You can't just leave things lying around. What if he tripped on it? What if he had bleach tossed on him and was told this was MAGA country? NASCAR is no place for anyone that might anger our most valuable asset, and we will be conducting several internal investigations to get to the bottom of the story. We are so sorry. We really care."
Black Twitter was not pleased with the apology, saying that it's a start, but it's not enough. Until every single person on this planet loves the African American community, there is always work that needs to be done. And now, a word from our sponsor, who was tragically taken away from us this last week. We have gathered here today to pay tribute to a great man. This past week, lynching mobs on social media took both Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben out back and knelt on their neck. Millions across the world are in tears as a great man has had his legacy stolen and he has been erased from history. Uncle Ben, the man who taught me how to cook rice, taught me that with great power comes great responsibility, was desecrated by those who pretend to speak on his behalf. This is not the future that a great hero like Uncle Ben or a great woman like Aunt Jemima would have wanted. They simply wanted Americans to enjoy good food at a reasonable rate, but that wasn't enough to stop the mad masses from digging up the man's metaphorical grave. Although we might find ourselves in despair, lost and afraid, we must remember the great things that Uncle Ben taught us. From this day to the ending of the world, be we in it, shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. For he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother, be he never so vile. They say that heroes never die, but legends live forever. The memory of this great man will live in our hearts, in our minds, and within our souls. Rest in peace, Uncle Ben. In other news, the UN has come forward to support ANTIFA, sending out a tweet that was later deleted pledging support and condemning the Trump administration. As we all know, peaceful demonstrators have been destroying public and private property, burning low-income houses, not touching private property of the wealthy, oddly enough, burning down minority-owned businesses, and attacking each other out in the streets. World leaders gathered to blame Trump and Middle America for not bending the knee quickly enough. Maybe if Trump had gotten on his knees, these protesters wouldn't have had to make the citizens suffer. Maybe if the Republicans tried harder to appeal to the unsatisfied, maybe all of these people beaten in the streets would still be alive. Like Martin Luther King said, rioting is the voice of the unheard. And it's important that we remind ourselves what kind of man Martin Luther King really was. A ladies' man who was so smooth that no one would have been able to remain faithful to their wife even as a man of God. And a beloved public speaker that was able to transform the writings of others and give them even more power. Sure, he didn't write the speeches, but who cares? Racism has officially been canceled. This has been a Midnight News breaking alert. Stay tuned for more news in the future.